Sorry, muted again. You know, I'm really enjoying, making these videos, honestly, recently, and today I have some deep stuff to share with you guys. And so, mostly for guys. Today I just wanted to start um with sharing my experience. Recently I've talked about easiness, sweetness, the steak, as, getting used to good things and stuff like that. Now I gotta, kind of share my experience on more of a deeper topic. And the issue is, lust and things related to that. And so I'm just going to share my experiences and what I've experienced has helped, what has helped me in the, that struggle of mine. So I'll just get straight into it. Um, so I personally know that um, if you're struggling with lust, well, first I'd encourage you to, if you're, sinning in that area, to seriously consider, you know, it's serious, like that's a serious offense. And yeah, it's very serious. Um, so, if you're, it's just a serious thing. And so my experience, it's interesting, like, it's so dangerous. Lust is just dangerous. I mean, it leads straight to, it will destroy, um, it can destroy your relationships. It can destroy your relationships. Um, so I'm just telling you right now that like, sin is causing you to sin. Jesus tells us if something causes you to sin, cut it off because it's serious. Like it's very serious to sin. So, um, for me personally, watching stuff online, I think is what I've struggled with, as of like, and I still struggle with it, because just like so I guess what I really mean to say is like, watching stuff online and um, acting into it, like, and so it's interesting. Uh, same. I used to like struggle with this so much so that like our like it's so much. And then um when I became a Christian, I got convicted of it. And then at that point it was just like a continuous battle to to resist, you know what I mean? And so I still do have that continuous struggle. And sometimes you may feel like it's pointless to resist, but it's not pointless. It is essential. Like this is just, essential like to resist the temptation to give in to your sinful desires. Just essential. Like um, you know, because it's so serious. And so I just thought I'd share my experience on overcoming. Like I still struggle, but to a certain point, I overcame, like to a certain point. Yes, I still struggle with, stuff like that, but to a certain point I overcame. And so, I used to do, like, and, um, around the time I stopped, when I had, like, got months without, got months resisting that, temptation or whatever, just months after month. Around the time I stopped, I eventually I just I realized how harmful it was to my spiritual life, you know. And so uh I had gone months, and eventually it's sort of like, it's sort of just like dissipated like okay, like I mean it's still a struggle, but okay, it dissipated like okay, I just kept on resisting, kept on resisting, kept on resisting, kept on not giving in, kept on not giving in, until the point where my flesh just like, started, decreasing, 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 you know what I mean? Like I just, I just kept on resisting until the point where my flesh just, you know, until the point where it's just like, stuff like that. And it's just like, so I basically, um, I overcame simply by just, I feel like first I should share that it's so challenging to get through some, sort of addiction that's so enslaving, almost, like it's almost like you just like you've been doing it, and it's just like it's just so challenging. And so I just thought I'd share, with me my experience and like how I overcame. And so I overcame, just like I said, okay, resisting the temp, resisting, or like just resisting that sort of like, yeah. And so what I mean by resisting is not giving into my fleshful desires, the temptation to, lust, or the temptation to give into that type of stuff, the temptation to, just stuff like that. And so I just stopped, giving giving into that temptation. And of course it's not easy. I was reaching out to, brothers in Christ that helped me and stuff like that. I was just constantly putting myself in positions where like, okay, like don't be stupid, Justin. Don't, go to sleep before 10:30. Don't stay up past 10:30. You know what I mean? So, just don't stay up past 10:30, unless, you got some sort of, responsibility or something like that, but go to sleep. Don't stay up past 10:30. That's a stupid decision for me personally. It's like, yeah, you're gonna put yourself in a position where you're feeling, more tempted. No, don't do that. Don't be stupid, Justin. And so I just do that. And so I just put myself in a position so that I was not, as tempted. Go to sleep before 10:30 was for me personally helped me. And, sometimes stay away from the computers. Don't watch, stay away from the computer. Like just stay away from it. Don't don't put yourself in a position where you're gonna just get yourself more tempted. Like just stay away from that. Unless you have to work or something, just stay away for, stay away from the computer. Do you, just, don't put yourself in a position where you're gonna be feeling more tempted. Also, surround yourself with people sometimes. Like, okay, unless, you have to be alone for something, like just surround yourself with people, just talk with people so, you don't feel as tempted, just, um, take a walk or something, you know what I mean? And, and it's just like, I know it's difficult. I know that. And it's just like, um, and so it's just like, uh, yeah, just, I know, challenging to, get through something like that. It's so like, so, um, also, I thought I'd share an experience too on, uh, I thought I'd share an experience like, after I did go months and months and months and months without, getting into those temptations and stuff like that. Eventually got to the point where it's like, all right, like it just wasn't giving into that temptation. And then so I just, uh, honestly, I'm hesitant to share this with you guys, but since it might, affect your perception of me, but like a month, back is just like. I was just like, I put myself in a position, and I did it, I did that thing again. And I was watching stuff and stuff like that. And so it's just like, I felt like, it had been so long. And then I just gave in. I just gave in at a certain point. I just gave in. So, uh, and I'm hesitant to share this because it's just like, uh, you know, but it's just, I'm hesitant because I don't want people to think like, oh, since, I sinned, like, I don't want it to ruin it for you guys. You know what I mean? I don't want it to ruin it for you guys. But that's my experience personally. Like, I had gone months and months and months, like, just months, and I had, a relapse. You know what I mean? A relapse. Well, I mean, I had that relapse and it was devastating. It was devastating. It was devastating. And so, yeah, it just devastated me. I guess the only reason I'm sharing this is just to be, authentic with you guys. Like, if I'm gonna share on my personal experience, like, personally, some things I just gotta share with you guys. Otherwise, you won't know the full, picture. Something you just won't know. And so, um, yeah, thanks for listening, and hopefully it helped you. Um, so I mean, share experience with me, like share experience with me in the comment section if you feel so led to share experience. Also, I just feel led to just, ask that question like, have you been currently are you enslaved in this pattern of, sin cycle? I mean, if so, I mean, I just ask you to just cry out to God, cry out to the Lord, really seek God, seek the Lord, just seek God out. But yeah, thanks for listening.